Hello, everybody. Evan Massoud coming to you from Bishop Feehan High School in Attleboro for girls playoff volleyball. The Lady Hilltoppers make the trip to see the Lady Shamrocks in round one of the South D1 bracket. Hilltoppers come into play at 10-10. They are the number 10 seed in the bracket. Feehan, the number 7 seed at 11-7. Should be a good matchup. We didn't get to see Feehan this year during the regular season. They're typically an annual opponent. And this year, Durfee did not square off against the Lady Shamrocks during the regular season. So both sides getting their first look at the other here in the playoffs. So that should make for an interesting storyline as well. Of course, the Lady Shamrocks, led by Coach Reardon. This is his 25th season. Durfee, it's Coach Kelly Bullier, the head coach. So we're going to turn it over to John King at the PA for the starting lineups.
Number 2, Sophie McDonald. Number 3, Mary Diaz. Number 4, Mayara Rollins. Number 5, Gemily Perez. Number 6, Amaya Travanche. Number 7, Jesse Hyman. Number 8, Barbara Kuni Silva. 9, Charlie Navarro. Number 10, Celine Mayette. Number 11, Jalir Sinclair. Number 12, Cheryl Parks. Number 13, Kobe Pachota. Number 14, Adriana Fernandez. Number 15, Nicole Parks. And number 16, Gabrielle Schubert. Durfee is coached by Kelly Miller. And now for your Bishop Feehan Shamrocks. Number 3, Abigail Gonzalez. Number 4, Katie Martin. Number 5, Julie Grimes. Number 7, Natalie Reed. Number 8, Jennifer Foster. Number 11, Sophia Alvarez. Number 13, Sophia Troy. Number 16, David Melcher. Number 17, Jenny Brown. Number 20, Nick Crew. Number 23, Megan Farmer. Number 28, Grace Brown. Number 29, Shannon Strauss. And number 34, Kayla Nathan. Bishop Feehan is coached by Joe Reardon. Participating student athletes, coaches, and contest officials have worked.
All right, great job, John King there on the PA for Bishop Feehan. We're going to take a pause now for the playing of the national anthem here at the gym.
Related to race, gender, ethnicity, disability, sexual orientation, or religion shall not be tolerated, and could be subject to the violator's rejection and may result in penalties being assessed against your team. Our great nation is persecuted through the leadership and sacrifices of many women who have served or are currently serving in our armed forces. We invite both veterans and current military personnel to stand. We thank you for our service to our country. Now, I invite all of you to please stand for the playing of our national anthem. It will be sung by Beth Keogh, Bishop Feehan class of 2018.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed, and the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets and bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Just about game time from Bishop Feehan High School. Durfee visiting the Shamrocks for the South Division I round one game here in the playoffs for the MIAA. The rights fee to this cablecast has been waived by the MIAA on behalf of the students of Durfee High School. The MIAA represents nearly 400 senior high schools across the Commonwealth and more than 200,000 young men and women who participate annually in MIAA-governed athletic competition. Any rebroadcast or republication of this program without the written consent of the MIAA is prohibited. Well-rounded education is one that is not only academically oriented, but one that also includes physical, social, and emotional development. Interscholastic athletics provide the other half of education. The MIAA encourages you to support your local high school athletic teams throughout the school year. Evan Massoud with you here on Fred TV for playoff girls volleyball, about to get going here, and we're really excited about it. The Hilltoppers making it in for the second straight season. In fact, last year they had the same record, in fact, 10-10. They lost to Brockton, Big 3 opponent in the playoffs, a 3-0 sweep last year in the first round. So Hilltoppers hoping to avoid that this year and avoid a possible one and done. Despite being, you could say, less experienced this season, the Hilltoppers, we all know how many freshmen are on this team. One would argue, and I certainly would, that this is a better team than last year, and maybe it is some of that young blood that, you know, just hungry for wins, excited to be on varsity as freshmen. I'm not sure what it is, but this team has been very fun to watch. I mean, there's been some tough games, but there's been some really good games, and I think that 10-10 is not indicative of how they've played. Feehan's going to get the first serve here, and it is Caitlin Crew who got it over. Crew's going to set for Jennifer Foster. It's played in the back there by Mara Diaz. Sydney Resendiz. Geez, Sydney, talk about blast from the past. Emma Resendiz. Sydney was her sister, graduated last year. Oh, they're going to razz me for that one. Emma had the set there. They sent it over on the third touch, and the point went to Bishop Feehan, so they start off ahead. Our head ref this afternoon, or this evening, is Roger Morissette. He's the one up on the ladder. R2 is Rick Horduran, excuse me. And our line judges are Andy Phillips and Erin Lowney. Erin is on the left side, on Durfee's side right now, and Andy on the right side. You see them standing on the right side of your screen. Here's the serve, 2-0 Feehan. Resendiz with the set to Cunha Silva. Soft touch, looked like she was going to go for the full swing. In fact, she placed it in no man's land. Hilltoppers get their first point of the match. Same rules apply here in the playoffs. It is a best of 5. So you got to win 3. That's a tough serve there from Streeto. Didn't get all of it. Now Streeto, you notice, is in white. The rest of Durfee in the gray. That's because Streeto's wearing the libero. I asked Coach Reardon who's his libero, and he said he's not using one actually at the moment. So you won't see that from Feehan this afternoon. Tough serve there. And we get to do it again. This is number 11, Sophia Oliveras. Zendi's calling for it, and that's sailing long into the lobby. Celine Mayette, which is a little too much behind it. Actually, I mean, it was good power, just couldn't get it down. And of course, that downward motion is what you need to really drive it down into the court. So another serve for Feehan. It's played by Diaz, and just swatted over by Mayada Rowland. Resendi's going to set up for Mayette again. Soft touch. Great defense at the net for the Shamrocks. Natalie Reed and Kaylee Mankins in front there, blocking it from going over, getting the defensive stop. 6-1 Feehan. Good strong serve, and Streeto plays it. Probably would have been going long, but it was coming right at her. Third touch, it's sent over by DeCunha Silva. And a set up for number 8. Good block by the Hilltoppers. Goes out of play, though, so great idea from Mayada Rowland, but unfortunately, it just went out of play. So Feehan will continue this early surge here in set number 1. Oliveras with another good serve. That one right to the back again. Cunha Silva puts it away. That time, the Mankins and Reed combo could not do anything with it. And Roland will serve for the Hilltoppers. Just his second service opportunity in the early goings. It's a good serve. And into the net. Good swing from Reed, but didn't get it over. Durfee will keep. Tell you, I don't know what it is about. Maybe it's we're so used to the field house. It's it's so big, but you come into a gym like this, it's just the main court. The volleyball court seems so much smaller than over at Durfee, and it's definitely regulation size. I mean, there's no doubt about that. But maybe it's just that the room is so much smaller. Everything feels so much more confined. I mean, this is great because you're right on top of the action here. So, and you can imagine, when these. Like when they have basketball games and stuff too, playoff basketball always tends to draw a bigger crowd than volleyball. This place must get loud, I'll tell you. Small, confined space. Must be a very fun place when it's packed. That one did not fall inbound, so the Hilltoppers going to get it back. They trail 8-4 here. And Cunha Silva will serve. She's dealing with a bit of an ankle injury. Kind of landed wrong on it, I guess, twisted her ankle. And but she's going through it with the jump serve, and it's just short of getting over the net. I like it, though, the aggressiveness. We'll see her do that a couple times. She doesn't do it every time she serves, but we will see her do that on occasion throughout the match. Another one dealing with an injury is Gemily Perez. Number 5 dealing with a wrist injury. She is in there right now in front. She's calling for the set. And she swats it over, but she didn't get a good set on it. It actually was her thumb, not so much her wrist. So you see her wrapped up, and she's fighting through it. 10-4 the score. Katie Martin on the serve. Good serve. Going to set up Perez again. Good hit. Lands inbounds. The back line of the Shamrocks gave up on it there. Megan McFarland, one of them, kind of watched it go, and I think she anticipated it going a little long, but land just in bounds, and Andy Phillips with the call there with the flag. Nice serve there from Mayette. Third touch sent over by Julie Grimes. Going to set up Perez again, and it's going to go to Feehan. Rick Hordurin making the call. And more subs for the Shamrocks. Serving will be Kaylee Mankins. We saw her up front with the good blocks, and now she's serving. Streeto pops it straight up. Cunha Silva will send it over on touch number 3. Setting up here for number 5. What a good spike there. Put it away. Grimes with the point. That was going long for sure, but again, Hilltoppers back line kind of afraid to let it go. It's always tough when you get a ball coming straight at you, and there is Nicole Parks, the freshman, putting it away. Right now, we have Parks out there as a freshman. We have Resendiz serving. She's a freshman, so again, the young blood on this team getting involved early for Coach Bullier. Nice job there, and it catches Durfee off guard. Grimes flicks it over on the diagonal, 13-6 in favor of Feehan. And Mayette is also a freshman, by the way. She's been out there, just recently took a seat. Roland sends it over. It is played by Mankins. She's going to send it back. Streeto plays it, and Roland can't do anything with it. A little softer of a serve. Roland actually plays it. Now going to send it over. Not a lot of power behind it, and it's tipped over by Caitlin Crew, one of the 2 senior captains for Coach Reardon. And Caitlin gets the point. Hilltoppers want timeout. It's 15-6 here in the first set. While we have the timeout, here's another good word from the MIAA. The Massachusetts Interscholastic Athletic Association is committed to good sportsmanship. Sportsmanship, citizenship, and responsibility are the trademarks of high school activities. Support school activities with your own display of good sportsmanship and help encourage America's youth to accept the responsibility which freedom demands. Support your local high school, see the future of America on display, and attend high school competitions in your community. Durfee wanted time, and Coach Bullier used barely 30 seconds worth of the 75-second allotted time. So message was sent and received apparently by the Lady Hilltoppers. Coach Reardon used more of the time that was given since basically didn't cost him anything. So back to the serve go the Shamrocks. Resendiz back up front to set. Nicole Parks wants it. She gets it. She gets the point and the ball. Grimes could not handle it. And we're going to see Channelie Navarro get to serve. She's an addition to the playoff roster here. And it's going to be just short in her first serve opportunity of the game. 16-7 the score. Busy time for high school sports with the playoffs here. A lot of Durfee's teams making it in, and for field hockey, they played today. Durfee, of course, here now. I'm going to pull up that field hockey bracket, see if it's been updated. I would imagine a 3:30 game is already complete, so we'll see if we can get you a result on that. Comes back over. Hilltoppers trying to put it away. They cannot. Still in play. This is a good rally here. Feehan trying to put it away. Nice dig in the back by Mara Diaz. Keeps it alive. The Shamrocks fighting to keep it going. They will. Back to Durfee. This is exciting stuff. A whistle. Feehan's going to get it. Double touch. The unforced errors will kill you every time. That goes out, and Hilltoppers will get the point. So Hopkinton, the 8th seed in the bracket for field hockey. Durfee was the bottom seed, the number 25 seed. So it gives you an idea of how big Division I field hockey is. There is only Divisions 1 and 2 in field hockey. Not every school has it, of course. So you don't have as many divisions like as you would say have for football. Durfee ended up losing 3-0 to Hopkinton, the number 8 seed, on the road. So, you know, not a bad showing for the Hilltoppers to only lose 3-0. In a game where you tend to see quite some pretty high scores. And you would think 25 up against 8 might be a little bit of a lopsided matchup, but Durfee held their own. Unfortunately, the Lady Hilltoppers' Big 3 championship season comes to a close after just the first round here in the South D1 bracket. So for field hockey, Durfee is one and done. They lose 3-0 to Hopkinton. Hopkinton is going to face off against either BR or Braintree. And another timeout for the Hilltoppers. They trail 21-8 here in set number 1. Hilltoppers using a lot more of the timeout this time. Almost a full minute. And back to the action we go. Feehan will continue to serve. It's going to be Sofia Oliveras. And Hilltoppers will not get a point there. Another double touch. Good serve there from Oliveras. Almost no spin on it. Those knuckleballs, if you will, can be very tricky to try to play. They tend to just dive one way or another. There's really no telling which way they will go. And another one, very little spin on it. Good dig by Diaz. DeCunha Silva flips it over. Put away by Mankins, and it's a set point for Durfee, or rather for Bishop Feehan here in the first set. 24-8 the score, and they'll look to serve it out in what would be a dominating first set for the home team. Oliveras looking to put away set number one, and she does. Unreturnable. Mara Diaz claps her hands in frustration, wishing she had been able to play that one, but hey, one set done. 25-8 is the final in set number one. Got to regroup now and come back for set number two. Maybe change things up a little bit and just work through it. While the teams take their timeout, we're going to show you a quick 30-second PSA here that I produced about a week or so ago for Election Day, actually. One of our seniors at Durfee, Owen Norton, is working to collect personal care items again for veterans in need. They did this last year and it was hugely successful, and this year with Election Day being next Tuesday, he asked us to help him out again, spread the word. So take a look at this 30-second spot. We'll be back with set number two after this.
Hi, my name is Owen Norton. I'm a senior at Durfee High School, and on this Election Day, November 7th, I will be collecting personal care items for veterans in need. Here's what you can donate: toothbrushes and toothpaste, dental floss, mouthwash, feminine care products, deodorant, powder, shampoo, razors, and shaving cream. On Election Day, November 7th, please look for a collection box at your polling place. Last year, with your help, we brought in over 500 pounds of personal care items. This year, let's aim for even more. Thank you.
All right, we're back from the quick break there. So yes, again, you got the good word from Owen in that PSA. When you go and vote, and that's the biggest key, folks, get out and vote. If you're watching this, get out and vote on Tuesday. The less than 20% turnout that we had for the primaries of registered voters was just awful, and that's just not fair. It's not fair to the candidates. It's not fair to the city. I'm not trying to be political here. This is about sports, but you got to vote. Get out and vote. It's your duty. And when you do that, help us out. Help out Owen with his efforts here, and bring a personal care item or two with you when you go to vote. There will be collection bins at every polling location in the city on Tuesday, November 7th, Election Day. And that's all we're going to talk about for politics or anything related to the political world here in this game, in this match. But please, get out and vote, do your job, and help out Owen with his charitable cause as well. Hilltoppers lead 1-0 early here in set two. They got the first point. Resendi's going to set up Parks. Parks flips it over. She didn't get a good swing on it, but the defense, I guess, wasn't ready for that, and it turned into another point for the Hilltoppers. So 2-0 Durfee here. That one is gone. In the words of Chris Berman, back. Gone! Chris Berman, ESPN, always did the home run derby. One of the originals, always liked that guy. Now retired, but anyway, that's a baseball reference. So Durfee gives up the ball. Feehan down 2-1 early here. We will see number 13, Sophia Troy, on the serve. Roland's gonna send it over. Third touch, no choice but to do so. Good set there. Nice dig by Strito. Coming back. She has to play it again in the right spot at the right time. Perez. That was going out, but the Shamrocks decided to play it. Crew had to send it over. Strito is diving left and right in the back for Durfee. And she has kept this rally alive 3 different times. Parks sends it over. Good job by Crew to make something out of nothing. Strito keeps it in, and they can't keep it going. Parks goes tumbling down as well. That's a great volley, though, from both sides. Great rally. Hard fought. Second point for Feehan here in set 2. And I want to correct myself, too, by the way. This was Daylin Melcher on the serve here in this sequence here. It was not number 13, Sophia Troy. So Melcher that time into the net, and Durfee will retake control. We'll see Shannon Navarro get her second opportunity to serve. First one didn't go as planned. Looking for the reprieve here, and that one is short, too, and you see the frustration. But, hey, you know, it's all right. It's early. She hasn't had a lot of varsity playing time this year, but she made the roster for the playoffs, the expanded roster, so she'll get another shot at it. Now Megan McFarland will serve for the Shamrocks. That is going to be unreturnable. Bouncing off of Diaz. And Feehan with their first lead of set 2. It's 4-3. Another good serve. She kind of serves on the run, and not so much just a big leap, but serving on the run. Different style. Parks can't put that over. 5-3. It's like a little hop, skip, and a jump from McFarland when she serves. Not a full jump, not just a full sprint. It's kind of a mix. Oh, boy. Julie Grimes with a point and then some. 6-3. Four-0 run for the Lady Shamrocks here in set 2. Another good serve, playing both sides of it, coming towards the bench. DeCunha Silva gets it over. It stays inbounds into the screen, into the fence there, the netting, and it is no good. Heck of a job by DeCunha Silva there, knowing the stands were literally like a foot in front of her. Strito, not a good serve there either. So the Hilltoppers struggling a bit with the service game here in this match so far. Definitely, I'd have to give the upper hand to the Shamrocks in terms of the service game. The Hilltoppers have not been able to go on any kind of a run when they get control of the ball, and that's a problem. That is in, and the Hilltoppers let it go. An ace for the Lady Shamrocks. It was Katie Martin who delivered, and she'll be asked to deliver another here. Strito is there to play that one. Roland to DeCunha Silva, who flips it over, and will get the ball back for the Hilltoppers. 8-5. Oh, trying to fake out the D was Caitlin Crew. Beautifully done, but unfortunately couldn't get it over. I really like the idea, but couldn't get it over. Durfee will keep it, and Roland will serve again. Another good serve for her. Played by Haneen just into the game. Jessie Haneen, a freshman as well. And it will be Shamrock's ball. They'll serve 9-6. Be Kaylee Mankins on the serve. A little more competitive of a start to this set rather than set number 1, which is oh, what a block up front. Jamie Brown and Caitlin Crew saying no way. Getting the denial right there. and keeping the ball for their team. Streeto to Resendiz. Mayette sends it over. Not too much on it, and losing her balance was Katie Martin, and she could not make a play on that. Durfee getting it back. Again, that first set, Hilltoppers lost it 25-8. It was a dominating first set for Bishop Feehan. Hilltoppers just 1 point away from matching that first set point total, and it's only 10-7 the score. So that's going to fall in, and Feehan will get it back. So again, my point, a much more competitive second set here for the Hilltoppers. Julie Grimes will serve it away. That one might have been going long. Instead, it's going to have to go over on the third touch, and it's into the net. Resendiz going to set. Oh, nobody home. A little bit of miscommunication there from Gemily Perez and Celine Mayette. So the Hilltoppers now fall behind 6 points, 13-7. That's going wide to the left. And Hilltoppers will take over. Parks coming back in for Streeto. Mayette will serve. Blocked at the net by the Hilltoppers, Perez and Parks. Seen a couple nice plays from both sides right at the net. That was Jamie Brown trying to get it over. She could not. That's going to go short. And Caitlin Crew is going to serve it away now. 14-9 the score. And not able to handle it is Rowland. Jennifer Foster grabbing the point for the Shamrocks. 15-9. That's sailing long. Perez didn't get a good hit on that one. She didn't really get a leap on it either. She just kind of swatted at it and it sailed. That goes long. 16-10. Durfee back on the serve. We'll see Emma Resendiz. Good serve, good running start too. Good downward motion, I like it. Oh, perfect placement from Jennifer Foster. Nobody home and no chance for anyone to get there. We're gonna see Melcher serve again, number 16. Acuna Silva plays it. Resendiz comes over to grab it. Silva will hit it. And again, Durfee can't return it. And Feehan pulling away a bit here. An 8-point second set lead. Largest lead of this second set for either side. Melcher will serve again. 18-10. It gets over at the net. They keep it in. Crew had to come and get it. Now the Hilltoppers will get to go back on the offensive. Perez sends it over. Crew setting up for number 8. Into the fence. Into the net it goes. Foster could not put it over. Hilltoppers get their 11th point. Perez will switch out. We'll see Adriana Fernandez for the first time in the game. She's going to serve. Good serve. It's going to be tough to be come in cold like that and have to go right out to serve. Parks saying, I'm not waiting around. I'll send it back over. Streeto now going to play it. And we got a double touch. Another unforced error by the Hilltoppers. We've seen that happen a number of times in the match. Probably a good handful of points that have been given away due to these unforced errors. McFarland will serve. 19-11. And it's the basketball nets are in play, and the Hilltoppers able to get it over. And they get the block at the net. Rowland and Parks did it again. And that was tricky too, because that ball went behind when it went up, and Streeto played it. It went onto the raised basketball nets, the glass, and it rolled behind, so even more difficult. That is short from Streeto, 20-12. Shannon Kreskauskas into the game for the first time. She serves, no good. And it'll be number 4 for the Hilltoppers. That's Mayana Rowland. Out of play, it ends up being a point for the Hilltoppers. So it's 20-14. Rowland will do it again. Boy, it got quiet in here all of a sudden. Crew with the set. Mankins with the finish. Right on the line. 21-14. And Mankins, who just got the ball back, will now serve. Streeto sends it to Silva, DeCunha Silva, who sends it over. Crew, and they get the point. Jamie Brown makes it unreturnable. Streeto went to the court, couldn't do anything with it. Timeout, Durfee. It's 22-14 in favor of Bishop Feehan. In talking with Coach Reardon pre-game, he was saying the 7 losses he considers them, not so much losses because they were against top opponents, a bunch of number 1 and 2 seeds, in the area where they play. Durfee gets to see a lot of the Dartmouths and the BRs, the Brocktons, New Bedfords, Somerset, stuff like that. Stang, but for Feehan, they're dealing with a lot of teams up this way in the Greater Taunton, Foxborough, Mansfield area, Hockomock League area, stuff like that. So a lot of the teams that they play are not in their conference or maybe even necessarily their division, but they're also top teams. So he figures that those 7 losses, being against really good teams, it's good to play up even if you lose because you tend to gain more than you lose from those losses, if that makes any sense. That goes into the net, no good. So the Hilltoppers trail by 7. They get the ball. They need a rally here. Got to go on a bit of a run. Now for Durfee, while Coach Bullier was warming up the team, I talked with assistant coach Chris Polisano. So Hilltoppers get another. And he said, the freshmen really, to my point earlier, have added some competitiveness and some energy, that young energy to the team, and it seems to be working out. Ace for the Hilltoppers. It's a 5-point game. He said, the veterans on the team know Feehan, those who have played, 2 or 3 of the last year, and So they know Feehan, but some of the freshmen don't. Oh, it was touched, and the Hilltoppers get the ball. They'll keep it. Unable to get out of the way was Kraskauskas in the back line. It was going long for sure. Acuna Silva will keep serving. It's 22-18. We'll play that one. And that's good. Nobody there. Julie Grimes with the point. And Grimes is going to serve now as well. 2 points for the set. Hoping to close it out on the service game are the Lady Shamrocks. Grimes sends it over. Now Hilltoppers send it back. Third touch, sent back by the Shamrocks. Resendiz has to play it. It was blocked the first time. Now the Shamrocks back to it. Crew will set up. And it is a point. Shamrocks get it. Foster was there. Got the favorable bounce, and it is a set point for the Lady Shamrocks in set number 2. 24-18 the score. Grimes looking to finish it off. Acuna Silva gets it to Resendiz, who will set it back to Acuna Silva. Goes out of play. And the Shamrocks take set 2. Closer score, though, 25-18. Definitely more of a competitive set than the first one. But now the Hilltoppers' backs are against the wall. And in a must-win situation heading into the third set. We'll take another break here on Fred TV. The MIAA State Tournament will continue after this. Let's take a look at what's going on in Fall River Public Schools.
Here's what's happening in the Fall River Public Schools. The Scholastic Book Fair is a big deal at Sylvia School and elsewhere. Scholastic is the world's largest publisher of children's titles. The company hosts more than 127,000 fairs across the country every year. Volunteers from the Sylvia PTO set up shelves, then tracked sales. We spoke with a 5th grader who said kids get real excited about the chance for new books.
It's exciting because I can learn new things, and the books aren't like all broken and bent, and you can just keep them in a safe spot that you might not have had before because you might have siblings and they could have been their books before yours.
There's just so many avenues that are open to kids nowadays. There's so many different picture books. I mean, so many different things than when I was younger. But of course, always the classics as well that always kind of just transcend from generation to generation. So getting the kids involved early is really important. It's a stepping stone of learning. You know, if you can't read, then you can't develop into other academics.
There are more than 800 children at Sylvia School. Each had the opportunity to visit the book fair. The Scholastic Company was founded in the 1920s. Authors there dreamed up Clifford the Big Red Dog, Goosebumps, and the I Survived series. In other school news, organizers of International Walk to School Day hope to reverse a trend. Childhood obesity is on the rise. Studies show physically fit kids perform better on tests. Students at Fonseca Elementary briskly hiked around the block. It was the same at every school in Fall River. Assistant Principal Glenn Pirot said parents and teachers were happy to tag along.
It's very important for students to come in, not only feel safe, but feel engaged, feel that they are welcomed and part of the school community in a positive way. So we really strive through so many different programs with PBIS, responsive classrooms, things that engage students in so many aspects of the classroom, so many aspects of the school, the community, that makes things positive and they want to be here.
I walk with my mom, but most of the time I walk in a group, and it's fun. I meet people. Older kids can show how they behave, and the little ones need to show them how they behave too.
Fall River is the only community in Massachusetts with 100% participation. Doctors recommend kids have 1 hour of physical exercise daily. Superintendent Matthew Malone said parents, teachers, and principals are striving to improve education.
We start building tradition through ritual and routine. So we make this a core part of our work. What's unique about Fall River is we are one giant partnership. So we know we have the Schools of the Archdiocese participate with us, and our special education 766 school participates, the Stone, which is outstanding. So we get 100% participation.
This is the 5th annual Walk to School Day. It's an international program involving hundreds of thousands of kids across the globe.
So great stuff there. You see, we pulled that stuff actually from our weekly broadcast, or from our student news show, really, The Thread. And at the moment, it's more of a bi-weekly thing, but we're still getting these kids involved, doing broadcasts, and they do a great job. So pulled some of those segments there from The Thread, and kind of give you an inside look at what's going on in public schools. We're expecting our next one to come out before Thanksgiving, our next education segment, which will be posted to Fred TV, the Facebook page, etc. So, and the school website. You can see that on the school website as well. So, all right, set number 3 about to begin here. Evan Massoud with you from Bishop Feehan High School for playoff girls volleyball. The Hilltoppers in a must-win situation here in the 3rd set, and that's not a good start. The state tournament here is brought to you by the MIAA. More than 200,000 students will participate in approximately 100,000 high school sport competitions among the MIAA's 360-member schools this year. The Massachusetts Interscholastic Athletic Association encourages you to support your local high school athletic programs and the students who participate in them. So in terms of the bracket here, the winner of this match, that's going long. So 2-1 now in favor of the Shamrocks. They give back a point. Here in the South Division I bracket, 10 teams. So the first round, 6 teams got a bye, and then the bottom 4 squared off. So Durfee 10 and 7, being Feehan number 7, Durfee the 10 seed, and then Oliver Ames and Brockton, numbers 9 and 8, squaring off to basically get a bid into the quarterfinals, which will be an 8-team race right there. And whoever wins this one will go to square off the number 2 seed, New Bedford, the Whalers, who were 17-0 for tournament purposes. Wow, big kill right there from Natalie Reed. Shamrocks get it back. That kind of gives you an idea where the tournament will go. So New Bedford will host the winner of this one. New Bedford got the bye. They got the bye in the first round and will host the quarterfinals as the number 2 seed. Feehan with the point again. It is 4-2. Oliveris will serve again. D'Acuna Silva couldn't play that one. 5-3, Feehan. Hilltoppers get the ball back. Looking for the kill, and they get it. Julie Grimes. That is going out of play, and the Lady Shamrocks will keep it. It's 7-4. Acuna Silva with the set. Perez flops it over and gets the point. Mayette sends it over. Crew with the set. Grimes trying to finish it off. Mayette plays it in the back. And third touch. That'll be it for that point. Shamrocks take the 8th point, 8-5. Feehan's gonna get the touch. They get the point on the double touch, I should say. 9-5. And continuing to serve will be Melcher. That's in. Parks with the point. Emma Resendiz will serve after the substitution here. Colby Pixoto coming out for Adriana Fernandez. Crew to Grimes again. Grimes into the net, can't get it over. Good swing, but couldn't get it over the net. It's 9-7. That's going out. And Durfee will make it. It's a 1-point game. 9-8. Hilltoppers with a chance to tie this up. Resendiz will serve again. Good serve. Crew trying to catch the D off guard. And it does pay dividends. 10-8 Feehan. Grimes will serve. Well, Perez getting the net to help her out that time. She calls for it. Parks gets the set though, and she gets the point. Parks has had a nice game in front, both defensively and offensively. 10-9. Rowland coming in for Perez. Strito will give the ball to her, and Rowland will serve. Good serve. Just getting over the net. Acuna Silva touches it. Rowland gets it over. Back over again. Feehan gets the point. It's 11-9. Hilltoppers can't draw even every time they get the opportunity. Feehan gets it back. They continue to trail by 2. Resendiz across to Acuna Silva. Back to Feehan. Crew sets it behind her. Little trickery, and it pays off again. Natalie Reed with the point. 12-9. Skips over the net, and Acuna Silva couldn't play it. Crew gonna serve it again. Oh, Acuna Silva played that one, but it just kind of blocked it more than raised it in the air. No loft to it, and unfortunately, the Hilltoppers couldn't get there to make the play. It is now 14-9, a 5-point game for the Lady Shamrocks. That is in. Make it 15-9. And timeout called by Coach Bullier. I'm not surprised by that. This was two different instances, a 1-point set, and now up to a 6-point lead for the Shamrocks, really in the blink of an eye. Now this from the MIAA. High school sports provide an extension of the classroom where students learn to pursue excellence, the value of working with others toward a common goal, playing within the structure of established rules, discipline, loyalty, and emotional control. The MIAA urges you to demonstrate your support for these values and for our young people by attending high school competitions in your community. And that's the fourth and final PSA. We'll hear from the MIAA, or I should say media spot, if you will. It's the last one that you'll hear in the broadcast. And while we're here in the third set, want to just give a quick shout out to Nathan Bono over in Franklin, who works at the main offices for the MIAA. He's our point person, if you will, our point man, and always helps us out whenever we do playoff games. And we really appreciate what Nate does to help us out. Hilltoppers get the point. It was played out of bounds. Aaron Lowney making the call there on the corner there as the line judge. Jesse Haneen will serve. It's their first opportunity to serve in the match if memory serves right, and it was a good first serve. Resendiz with the set. Acuna Silva gets the point through two defenders. They still can't handle it. Big point for the Hilltoppers. Keep possession. It's always good to keep possession at least once after you serve, and then giving it right back. So now Haneen, that one though off the palm, not a square hit on it. Of course, mentioned in previous broadcasts, Jessie is the sister of Joe Haneen, and Joe, with the boys for Coach Brendan Kelly, became the second volleyball setter in school history to surpass the 1,000 assist plateau. Did that his senior year a couple of years ago. So Joe had a great high school career, and it's the only other to do it was class of 2011 grad Jeff Dodona. His brother Nick graduated with me in 07, but Jeff graduated in 2011, and he had a fantastic volleyball career as well as a setter, and that's a good kill from Natalie Reed. 17-12 the score now, as Oliveras will continue to serve. Oh, my bad, she's giving it up to Jennifer Foster. That does not get over. Inbound, so Durfee gets the point. Hilltoppers very much in this third set. It is 17-13. Acuna Silva, that's into the net. Make it 18-13. That's coming back. Resendiz keeps it in, but Acuna Silva on the last chance effort there couldn't get it in the air. And Katie Martin will keep serving away for Feehan. That's another good one. Streeto plays it. Resendiz keeps it in. Whistle called, the double touch. Feehan just 5 points away from advancing into the quarterfinals and sweeping the Hilltoppers here in the first round. It's 20-13. Streeto plays it, it's going over, and nice reach over by Grace Brown. Beautiful reach, perfect placement. 21-13. That lands in no man's land. Pixoto, Barbara DeCunha Silva, and Streeto all there, and it fell right between them, kind of in the Bermuda Triangle, if you will. Well, Martin will serve again, 22-13. 9-point lead for the Shamrocks. And Hilltoppers will get one back thanks to Resendiz. And that is short for Mayette. 23-14. Getting ready to serve is Dalen Melcher. Parks swats it over. Crew will set for Grimes, who's had a great game. That gets over in play. Crew was caught napping. Grimes sends it over. Streeto up in the air. Fernandez to Parks. Parks puts it to the court. 23-15. And Resendiz back on the serve. He's had a good match. And another good serve for her. Crew tried to flip it over. Parks was there. Now she sends it over, and she's going to get another point. 7-point game, 23-16. Crew gonna set, and that is out. Erin Lowney with the call, just barely out, but that's a darn good call. It was pretty clear, at least from here, you know, for Feehan, they're on the other side of the court, but from our side, we're a little bit over to the left here of the net, and that was out. Grimes, dug out by Streeto. DeCunha Silva sends it back over. It's played by Martin, and it drops. Hilltoppers on a run here. 23-18 the score. Resendiz trying to extend the Hilltoppers season and get them back in this third set. Little room for error though. Going back to Grimes. It's blocked, tipped out of bounds off of Fernandez, and it's match point. And Grimes, who just got the ball back, will look to put the Bishop Feehan Shamrocks into the quarterfinals. Good serve. Resendiz will set it to Parks. Parks with a little rainbow shot there, a little pop-up. Streeto in the right spot. Resendiz rather, with the set, but no good. And the Shamrocks will move on after a 3-0 sweep of the Hilltoppers, 25-8. in game 1, 25-18 in game 2, and then 25-18 here in game number 3, or set number 3, whatever floats your boat. The Shamrocks take it 3-0 in the first round. And the Hilltoppers season comes to a close at the hands of the Lady Shamrocks. I will say that the last 2 sets there were much more competitive than that first set, so it was good to see the Hilltoppers, turn it around and make a little more out of it, because the first set was definitely rough. I mean, 25-8, anytime you can't muster up 10 points, it's always tough. And they bounced back, a couple good runs in games 2 and 3, just unable to close it out, unfortunately. So Lady Hilltoppers, one and done this year again in the playoffs, but they've made it in the last 2 years, this year and last. And we congratulate them on a good season. We congratulate the Feehan Shamrocks for moving on. They'll square off against the New Bedford Whalers, who were just ridiculously good when they came to Durfee about a month ago for Big 3 play. They're 17-0, and they are going to be a tough task for the Lady Shamrocks, but we wish them the best as well. All right, that's going to do it from Bishop Feehan High School for girls volleyball here in 2017. Thanks to Jake Fitzgerald running the camera, Zach Souza, our student editor, one of our Fred TV seniors. I'm Evan Massoud saying so long from Attleboro.